Global Running Day.
Is it for real?
It is. It is.
Who fucking knew? You did. You knew.
Well, so I wasn't going to go for a run today. I actually had my blood drawn this morning, and usually I'm like, man, if I get my blood drawn, I'm like, I got all this shit to do. I'm not going to run today. And then it's like Strava. Oh, it's Global Running Day. I'm like, God dang it. I got to go run.
Dang, I see. Here
pressure was on.
Here I am getting runs in on Global Running Day. I didn't even know it was Global Running Day.
Look at you.
All right. Okay. Dude, I fucked up today. Holy shit. You know, man, like the weather here in Ohio, it's been nice and mild, right? Nice and mild. And my dumbass just didn't pay attention. Like yesterday, I got a little shuffle in. Yesterday, I was like, oh, it's a little warm today. Like it was definitely hot, right? It was definitely hot yesterday when I ran. Today, dude, it was 87 degrees and like just thick. I mean, like pea soup thick out there.
Oh my God.
Oh, dude, it was that. I was looking for every traffic light and every excuse. Oh wait, there's a car a quarter mile down the road. I better stop. I better stop and let the car go by. Like every fucking excuse I could find to stop.
That's gross.
I honestly felt nauseous like 2 or 3 times. Like I think I'm going to chunk. Like
it's just, way too early for that shit, man.
Oh, dude, but it was like one of those things where like, all right, we will be waking up in the mornings to get these fucking runs and moving forward. Like this is bullshit. This is fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
So
yeah, there was probably a time where it's like, oh, I can't wait for it to like warm up a little bit, and dude, like instantly it's like, oh, I want it to be cold again.
every year, right? That's like the running joke with runners. Like oh, it's the time of year where I'm bitching about being cold. Can't wait for it's warm. Here we are. Now I'm bitching for it being too hot. Can't wait for it's cold. Like there's no in the middle. There's none.
No, it's the mind games. Yeah. So. Just a couple of announcements, I guess, before we get started. Want to give a shout out to Cole, our friend of the pod.
This fucking nuts.
Returning guest, Cole Crosby. He made the U.S. national 24-hour team, which is freaking awesome.
Really fucking awesome.
His across the years, I think he went 150 some miles at across the years, and that's that's pretty solid. So
that's what does it. Yeah.
Yeah. They haven't really released the list yet of everybody that's made it. We'll be looking for that in the next coming week or so, But yeah, no, shout out to Cole. He's going to be representing the U.S. over in France in October on the 24-hour national team.
That is
awesome.
Cool. That is.
Yeah, and we're going to have Cole on the week of Western States to make some Western States picks. So
to dominate again on picks.
Yeah, that should be fun.
It's almost like he knows them or something.
Yeah, he's well tuned into the ultra running community. We'll say that. I want to say the Huron 100. It's in Michigan. It's north of Ann Arbor. I think it starts at Waterloo Rec Area and goes up to Proud Lake Rec Area. I think it's a second year. I believe it's a second year race. It takes place on a lot of trails that I used to run on when I lived in Michigan. Mm-hmm. And this is that race I was talking about last year where I'm like, they kind of took, like I was dreaming up a point-to-point 100-miler and like I would say like 80% of the course that they use was what I envisioned. But anyway, their second year is this weekend. And they are looking for volunteers. So if you're in the area or are willing to drive out there or whatever, they could use some volunteers. I told them that we would mention it on the show. So you can go to their website, which is the Huron100.com. and reach out to them. They're on Instagram too. So
yeah, if you've never volunteered at a race, if you've never been at an aid station, it is tiring. You'll be tired afterwards. So like don't get me wrong. The other thing is you will get all of the emotions. It'll be everything from like you'll get a little verklempt because you'll see people overcoming really hard shit. You'll see people kind of like just in the absolute hurt locker battling their way out. And then if you're like me, you'll also get a lot of laughs and enjoyment out of the exact same thing. Watching people just absolutely miserable as fuck. Like for some reason, there's just nothing funnier than seeing someone just like, I paid X amount of $100 or $200 to just be miserable as fuck at 2 a.m. You know what I mean? There's just something super funny about it. It is a ton of fun to volunteer at aid stations.
That's a great little preview to our 3 T's for this week. So and not only are you giving back, you are also contributing to a race that donates all of its proceeds to the Huron watershed. So it's for a great cause. Highly recommend it. And like Johnny said, you're giving back to the running community. You'll meet people, you'll feel good. But this is our 3 T's subject, so I don't want to go too much further.
We can't get too deep into it.
Go ahead.
Right to Mo, right?
Yeah. We'll jump in. We can start with race results. Mohican 100 was this weekend. Johnny's wearing his shirt.
Rocking the shirt, rocking it.
I don't even know if I still have one I don't think I still have it.
This is my favorite one I have because it's like a weird, like it's a t-shirt material, but it's not it's like a really, really, really light t-shirt. It's made by, I think it's made by North Face, I think. But it's like a
hybrid.
Yeah, it's like a
soft.
I think it is North Face. Yeah, it's like a weird hybrid. Anyways, but my other favorite one I have is, remember the lady in purple. Speaking of old school mode, remember the lady in purple? I have I have the year that they made a purple race shirt in memory of her. I have that one, and I actually try to take care of that one and not fuck it up.
Well, that's the one that I had. That must be when you and I did some loops together. Yep,
the lady in purple. Like that was her. That year they dedicated the race to her and in the shirt. So, anywho, this was a good year for the race.
Yeah, it was a good year. This is a classic Ohio race. Actually, it's just a classic race in general, right? It's been going on for 36 years now.
Yep, 7th oldest 100 in the U.S.
Yep. So it's iconic. And Johnny and I, before the show, we were looking back at times and runners from in the 90s, and they're like there's some legends in there, like Eric Clifton and all these guys. Eric Grossman, I think. Yeah. So it's a staple. And it's a lot of fun too. It's it's one of those family atmosphere type races. You see everybody, 100%. And even if you don't know anybody, if you're new to the area, everybody's very welcoming. It's a good time. It's a fun weekend, and everybody's like camping out and stuff. So it's cool. And they have a beer truck. They have, they do it up.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get this pulled up here. So first. Let's see here. First place. Okay, here we go. First place was Alec Klein, and he burned it down, 17 hours, 51 minutes. That's a 10:42 pace, so pretty solid. Levi Yoder, 18:05 for second, and Jordan Lafrene, 18:11. And Alec Klein, the first place male, he's from Canton, I believe. So an Ohio guy takes first place. And then Lily Medina was first for the women, 22:44. And Amelia Kevhelm was second in 23:03, and Amelia, I saw on Facebook, this was her first 100.
Oh, she was the third place finisher. I forget the PR. Remember we talked about her? She was rocking. That's her.
Yeah.
That's her, dude.
Okay, so she's on the rise. Yeah.
This is like her fourth, like first 100, but like fourth ultra.
Yeah, she's
like
young, so she'll.
Yeah, super young. So
Yeah,
really interesting.
Yeah, she'll be rocking it out. And third place was Ashley Itherburn, 25:18. And so it seems like Mohican has like some magic that always happens every year.
Yeah.
And this year, a few things happened. Beth Gilday was the first woman in race history to earn the 1,000-mile buckle. So she completed Mohican 10 times. That's a huge milestone. There's
massive.
So she's in very elite company. How many men have done? I think maybe 9 or 10.
Maybe. It's funny because like they posted a picture of the 1,000-mile buckle people who were there, and in that photo there were like 5 guys. Yeah, like you can immediately think of a couple of them, right? Dick Canterbury, Mark Carroll is one of. Mark wasn't in the picture, but Mark is one of them. Dick Canterbury,
Ron Ross.
Forget the PR, or not forget the PR. The Grim Reaper. Damn, not Ron Ross. From Northeast Ohio, Run with Scissors.
Yeah.
He's one of them.
I'm drawing a blank.
It's funny. I'm looking at Greg Trapp is one of them. Greg ran it this year again, finished again this year. But yeah, I mean, you have.
Was it Roy Hager? Is that who you're
Roy
thinking
Hager?
of?
Roy Hager.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. So you got a couple of them, but yeah, her joining her being the only woman to do it. And it's kind of crazy because there has been some bad. We were talking about one of them earlier. Connie
Gardner. Yeah.
Connie Gardner. Like what are we talking? Like there's been some real. I mean, yeah, there's been some really, really, really good women runners come through Mo, and so it's crazy to think how few that she's the only one.
Yeah, but, and I guess and Debbie Meeks, who's a friend of the pod, a friend of ours, was the crew chief for Beth, and Trail Mom was her nickname. Guided her home, so congrats to Beth and the crew. David Korfman from Ohio, he finished Mo. He's 62 years old, and he became the 34th person to finish 100 races of 100 miles or more. And the reason why I said 34 is because just today, ultra running history, Davey Crockett posted on Facebook and his website that Jim Lampman was missed back in October, and he was the 31st person to finish 100 races of 100 miles or more. So he's accounted for now, and David Korfman is the 34th, but he did it at Mo, which is cool because he's from Ohio. Yeah. Ron Ross was there. Ron Ross has 20, maybe over 20 finishes at Mo.
I think he's over 20. He did the 50 miler this year, right?
He did the 50 miler this year because he was injured.
Yeah.
And he is coming. He said he's coming back.
Yep.
Next year to do the 100.
I mean, he's not a young dude.
No.
He's not. It is funny though, because if you ever want to finish Mo 100, all you have to do is find Ron or Roy.
Yeah.
I mean, like their pace is dead ass on. dead ass on. Like you will finish in like 31 hours.
I think I was going out on my third or fourth lap, and I was with Ron for a little bit, like a couple miles. Yeah, I agree. They just know exactly what they need to do.
Yeah, it's almost weirdly hard too.
Mm-hmm.
Like the pace they move at is like I hate to say it, it's like weirdly painfully slow, and that's coming from me. But it is dialed in, like it is crazy.
Yeah, you know, it's slow unless you're on the last lap. Then maybe it's fast. And Jay Smithberger, shout out to Jay, Ohio ultra running legend and friend, went sub 24 in the 100 this year, and my boy Lucas was out there, and he's on his comeback tour. And ultra running comeback tour, and he finished the 50 miler. So
50, all right. What did he get? You know what he got knocked out in?
I think it was like 15 something, but his stomach issues came back to haunt him. So,
dude, 15.
He's got to. He says he's got to figure it out. He was hoping for better, but he's got some stomach issues that he's going to get figured out. We were trading thoughts on it the other day on text. So
I mean, I don't think 15 hours is anything to like shake your head at Mo.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, it's like,
no, it's good, especially if he was knocked out with stomach. He gets nausea real bad. So.
Yeah, 15:03:22. It looks like. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad to see Lucas back out there. He was the one that got me into ultra running. So, you know. He's like my mentor.
Yeah.
Good to see him back out there.
Awesome.
All right. So that was Mohican. Pretty epic. All right. Let's switch gears. We'll talk about did I forget to put the background in? Yeah, there we go. World's End 100K
dude
was this weekend. This is the one we had Chaz on last year to talk about World's End. This is a very tough 100K. It's in Pennsylvania. It's very technical. A lot of climbing. And this year, I guess they had extreme mud. And also, just a couple hours ago, Chaz sent me a text with some stats from this year.
Oh yeah.
Just to show how tough this race is. And how even tougher it was with the mud. There was 188 that started the 100K, 115 finishers. So that's a 61% finishing rate. 160 started the 50K with 136 finishers. That's an 85% finishing rate, which is pretty good. Both of these are near the average. Now, here's where it gets crazy. Half of all the finishers of the 100K, right? So 50% of the finishers finished in the last hour of the race.
Yeah.
And
dude.
26% of those finished in the last 20 minutes. A quarter of the finishers finished in the last 20 minutes.
It's funny that you say that because I didn't know where you were heading with that, but while you were sitting here talking, I was like, oh, how many finishes do they have? So I immediately scrolled down, and like, you know, because you scroll, because I'm on my trackpad, I scrolled, and like I got down to like 60, like the 62 mark, and the 60-second finisher, the 60-second finisher is Tiffany Hodem. She's a 30-year-old. She's the 13th placed female, and she finished in 18:10. I'm like, what the fuck? And like the 62nd is 18:10. I'm like, damn. And so I scrolled some more. And I get down to like 96. It's like 18:45. Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, like, just like if you just look at, all right, 18:44 and 14 seconds, there's two people. 18:44 and 15 seconds, there's a person. So you had 3 people finishing right there together, and then like just the number of people who finished in 18:40. It's insane how bad that race was this year. It was just fucking brutal.
There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people that finished with less than 5 minutes to go.
Yeah, dude, it's great. That race was a motherfucker this year.
Yeah. I mean, it is on a normal year, but
yeah,
I mean,
this is next level.
Yeah. No
This
shit. So first place was Ben Quitromoni. And I swear I've seen that name before. We've talked about him. Quattromoni. 11 hours and 24 minutes. Justin Schide was second, 11:50, and Reagan McCoy third, 12:58. For the women, Colleen Moffitt was first, 15:21. Jill Denz, 15:40 for second. And Shannon Sebron rounded out the podium in 15:48. That was Land's End.
So that the dude who won this year, right? Ben.
Yeah.
That dude must be a fucking mutter. Like he just must be, his mutter must have been a mutter, because his time.
His father was a mutter. His mother was a mutter.
His mother was a mutter. Yeah, because his time this year is good enough for third best all time at that race.
Wow. That's pretty damn impressive, man.
That's wild.
He's a stud. If you look at his results, he got third at Canyons 100.
Yeah, he's a freak.
This year. He got second overall at Twisted Branch last year. Cruel Jewel, he got first. He won Cruel Jewel. That's where we said his name before.
Yeah.
Last year he won Cruel Jewel. He won Heiner, dude.
Yeah, dude. This guy is he's
14th at Black Canyon in 2023.
How old is he? He's what? How old is this dude? 37. So I mean, he ain't a spring chicken.
Dude, he won he won Eastern States in 2021. Yeah.
Dude, he's like, here's the thing too. He's strong as fuck too. Like this dude is he's physically strong, because he is knocking down like legit hard ass East Coast.
Yeah.
Quote unquote mountain. Like he's knocking out hard ass East Coast races, like super technical, a lot of rocks, a lot of roots. Like this dude is just he's a fucking goat, man. This guy.
He's only been at it since 2020, so impressive. Smith Rock Classic in Oregon. I feel like this is a classic race, Smith Rock, for some reason. This is in Terrebonne, Oregon, and the 50-miler. It was unseasonably hot temps there this year, but there was the women's and the men's record in the 50K both got broke, and the men's record in the 50-mile, the guy broke his own. Kyle Sheenone broke his own record, 7:42. Evan Rhodes, 8:16 for second. Rachel Hawkins, first for the women, third overall, 8:55. Stephanie Christou, second, 9:25 for the 50-miler. And then in the 50K, so Sydney Noble was first for the men, 3 hours and 56, broke the record. And Catherine Bohr was 4 hours and 43 first for the women, and she broke the record in the 50K. That's the Smith Rock Classic.
It sounds like it's a good race to do too. It doesn't sound like it's like the 50K only has 4,500 feet of gain.
Yeah.
I mean 50 mile,
30 mile.
500. Yeah, not too crazy. It's classified as hilly, if you will.
Yeah, I wonder what the trail's like. Sometimes that high desert terrain can be rocky, and I don't know.
So according to this, it's some rocks, roots, and or ruts. So some rocks.
Oh, that picture looks pretty nice.
I'll do that all fucking day.
Yeah, nice smooth Forest Service road, looks like, with beautiful views.
Yeah, that's kind of muck-ish right there, really. Like I remember a lot of roads like had a muck. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. All right. This next race, I just thought was a cool name. And plus, it's in British Columbia. So we like to give a shout out to Canadian races from time to time, give them some love. Run Comfy Numb trail race.
That is awesome.
Yeah. Little nod to Pink Floyd, maybe. Comfortably Numb. And it's a 50K. They had 92 finishers. And Jaden Kujapers, 4 hours and 20 minutes. Interesting. 4:20.
Hey.
And Run Comfy Numb.
Yeah.
Ross Riley was second, 4:25. Adam Harris, 4:27 for podium. Kelly Young, first for the women, 5:06. Julie Vanderhoop, 5:16 for second. And Tara Holland, 5:39 for third. That's in British Columbia and Whistler. So that's up at the ski resort there.
Yeah, I wonder if they've had some beef with anyone else.
Oh yeah, no kidding. Yankee Springs. This is in Middleville, Michigan. And they have a winter and they have a summer, and this is kind of turning into a classic Michigan race. They had it for a couple of years, and then they didn't have it for a long time. Then it started back up again in 2021. They have a 50K, a 100K, a 52.4 miler, a 104 miler, and these races, it's like a camp and hangout weekend, kind of like Run Woodstock.
Yeah.
We'll just go. So I think they just had the 50K and the 100K this year.
Yeah.
Cassandra Klingler was first. So she took the outright win in the 50K, 4 hours and 13 minutes. So first overall. And Nicholas Hansen was first for the men and second overall, 4:37. Susie Swinehart was third overall and second for the women, 4:55. And Eric Blackwell, 4:58, second for the men and fourth overall. So awesome to see on the overall podium, see two women.
Yeah, that is kind of cool.
First and third overall. And then in the 100K, Matt Cordy, 11:56. Anthony Polacchio, 12:15. They have first and second. Amy Scharf, 14:15 for first for the women. And looks like Amy was the only female to do the 100K. So congrats to everybody out at Yankee Springs in Michigan. Another Michigan race.
Another Michigan, as I say. And Michigan does like those. Like they get down, like you said, hallucination. They get down with those.
Love the festivals.
Festival races. Yeah,
that's right. That's kind of what it's all about, though, man. I had some very fun times out at Woodstock, and I never even ran the Woodstock 100. But I crewed and paced a few times, and it was so fun, just like sitting around, hanging out with everybody. And the crewing was not like super difficult, right? Because you're at the main campground, and then you can go out to Richie Havens. So there's really only 2 points to crew, and really there's no reason to go to Richie Havens, so you can really just stay at the campground the whole time. All right, Stevie's Roost, Stevie's Roost, 48 hour. Our Southeast correspondent Charlotte Cormier, costume chick, told us about this race. I think we covered this last year. But it's in Sylvania, Georgia. And that caught my eye because where I'm from is a small town. It's west of Sylvania, Ohio.
Yeah.
And I didn't know they had a Sylvania, Georgia as well. But anyway, it's a 2.71 mile loop, and it's a 48-hour race in Georgia. And Charlotte was dressed up like a chicken.
She dressed up like a chicken or a rooster?
Or a rooster. Yeah. Sorry, Charlotte. A rooster. I gotta go to Instagram. I didn't have that link in there. Anyway, so let's see here. Oops. It'd help if I could spell. Oh, there she was. Okay. So there she is. And I think we maybe have seen this costume before.
No, because remember, she
No?
never redoes costumes.
Okay.
I mean, we've seen components of it for sure, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Like,
but anyways, there she is, dressed up like a chicken. And she got second. She got second female out there. Very cool. And Donna Laparo was first overall for the women and first overall. So another female outright win in 140 miles, almost 141 miles in the 48-hour. Eric DeSimone was first for the men in 138 miles. And as mentioned, Charlotte Corher, 105.69 miles, second place female. Way to go. Awesome.
very cool.
All right, let's jump into FKTs. We got a lot going on here. The Georgia Loop. So this is a loop that was in Backpacker magazine, and it looks to be a pretty damn tough loop. 58 miles with 15,000 feet of climbing, and it's through the Chattahoochee National Forest. It combines the Appalachian Trail with Duncan Ridge, Benton McKay Trail to show off North Georgia's finest mountains. I guess there is some overlap with the Georgia Death Race.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to find.
But it's a little different. So there was a new reroute on the Duncan Ridge Trail from Fish Gap, which reduces the elevation gain on the Georgia Loop. That was a spot that caused some controversy in the 2020 Death Race. It's caused some people to get off course and gain 2 hours on the leaders.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, I won't go there. The new DRT route is the route that the FKT was set by Abigail West on May 24th, and she did it supported in 11 hours and 4 minutes. So even if it's less climbing, let's say it's like 2,000 feet less climbing, right? You're still looking at 13,000 feet over 58 miles. That's no joke. In 11 hours and 4 minutes, that's like very impressive for 57 miles.
I was trying to see
58 miles.
I'm trying to see where this is in relation to. So there's Marietta. All right. So I'm trying to see where this is in relation to Dahlonega, Georgia, because I can tell you from personal experience. Oh man, it's right there.
You're out there when you're in the Army, right?
Oh, dude, oh God, that effing place still probably has a piece of my ass broke off in it somewhere. This is actually really close. I feel like Dahlonega is just a scooch. Dawsonville, yeah. I feel like Dahlonega is just yeah. It this probably hits. Oh, I see it now. Dahlonega is just a scooch south of this place. But yeah, dude, oh my God, I've been all over those mountains. They are fucking miserable.
Yeah.
They are so miserable. It's ridiculous.
Nice. That's a good.
They're not.
That's
they're
a good.
Nice.
Yeah. Good FKT. Nice. Good FKT route.
Dude.
So our other FKT is in progress. All right. John Kelly is still out there just crushing it.
Mowing it down.
He's had a ton of rain. And looks like he checked in. His last check-in on this tracker was was at 5:49 p.m. I don't know if that's Eastern time or my time, but it was at mile 621. He's on I believe on day 10. And he's still a good chunk ahead of Carl's record pace. I mean, I wouldn't say a good chunk, but definitely a chunk. He's looks like in Virginia, and yeah, he is mowing it down.
He's just a little bit outside Blacksburg.
Yeah, and he had mentioned that he wanted to start early in the year because he wanted to avoid the heat through Georgia and Tennessee and Virginia, but he got a lot of rain. He's had a ton of rain, which is the downside of it, and now he's experienced a bunch of heat. So
yeah,
he ended up getting the heat anyway. So, but anyways, I did want to mention that John is taking donations for Hurricane Helene relief, and if I'll put a link in the show notes to his website where you can donate. As part of why he's doing this FKT attempt is a fundraiser for Hurricane Helene relief. And John and his family were actually affected by Hurricane Helene. And he had mentioned in an Instagram post that, he is not good at building bridges and building houses and clearing stuff, but he said like what he is good at is running, right? So that's why he's out doing what he's doing. So kind of cool. So if you are interested in donating or just want to see what he has going on with the fundraiser, you can go to linktr.ee/random forest runner. And go ahead.
What was the last time you had him checked in at?
It was at 5. Let me drop that back down. It was at 5:49 p.m. at mile 621.
Yeah. So I think, and so that's the last time location. The last tracked location, it still has him. Was just even more recent. It was only like 19 minutes ago.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. So I think that 5 is Eastern Standard. I think because it's funny because I have the same thing on mine, 5:49 for me.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, it is Eastern time then. Yeah, and it looks like you mentioned, this tracker was at 9:51 p.m. That's on the map.
Yeah. Yep. So he is trucking along.
Looks like he's just getting into town right now, so maybe he'll get some sleep. He said he's behind on sleep, so he wasn't going to do a huge day.
It'd be kind of cool if there's a way, and I guess if I look through this long enough, I'd probably find it. It'd be kind of cool to see if there was a way that shows how many hours he is ahead of the record. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know that there really is.
Or if it would show like what mile Carl was at. This, and show what mile he's at.
Yeah, I mean, you can kind of see it, right? But like, it's not like, I mean, I don't know. You're kind of guesstimating how many miles that is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know what the scale is there.
Yeah, but it'd be kind of cool if there's like, oh, at this exact moment, John is 50 miles ahead of Carl, and this many hours ahead of him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna guess that's like 20 miles. I don't know, but it's been pretty consistent throughout the 10 days. Like, he's always been like that amount ahead, it seems like. So
there is a little scale down at the bottom.
And Tara did it too, but it's harder to. Tara set the all-time record, but she went north to south, so this even makes it harder, right?
Yeah,
it's a different terrain up north. So All right.
20 kilometers. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. I bet he's about 120 kilometers in front of him right now.
Oh, that's more than I thought. Okay.
That is a very crude and a really, really, really fine print bottom right-hand corner.
Oh.
There's a little scale that shows 20 kilometers.
Oh, I didn't even see that. It says
Yeah,
10. That's 10.
Yours says 10, mine says 20.
Oh, it depends on how much you're zoomed in.
Oh, does it? Okay. So I just said, all right, well, the 20 kilometer is just.
That's like my thumbnail.
That's exactly what I did. I did the exact same thing. I did thumbnails, and I'm like, I think I got like 5 thumbnails in there, 5 to 6 thumbnails.
I'm thinking like 70, like 70K. What'd you say?
You think it's? I guess like 120-ish.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
let's split the difference.
Let's call it 100K. So, he's 60 fucking miles ahead of me.
Yeah. Okay. So that's a lot more than what I thought. Okay.
I mean, that's at this point. That's. I mean, let's say he's. I mean,
that's a whole day.
That's a day and a half of what he's doing right now. Yeah. So if he keeps doing what he's doing, he's going to stack it. You know what I mean? Like all he has to do, Jamie. All you have to do.
So easy.
Knocking out. Yeah, it's so fucking easy. Just keep knocking out 50 mile in 100K days. That's all you got to do.
Hell yeah. If anybody can do it, it's John freaking Kelly, man. All right, we got some big news here. The 48-hour record, world record, was set, and not only was it set by one person, it was set by 2 people. Yeah. The male and female 48-hour records both went down at this 48-hour race in Poland, the Ultra Park Weekend 48-hour, and Matthew Bond from Belgium and Patricia Brzezinski, sorry, Patricia, from Poland, both set the records. Matthew Bond went 301.426 miles, and that beats the legend, Yanis Kouros.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy.
Yanis' record was 294 miles, so Matthew Bond went 7 miles more than Yanis. And Yanis,
when did Yanis do that? Because my God, right?
Yeah. So Yanis set that record back in May of 1996.
Yeah, as I say it. I mean, like,
it's a 29-year-old record.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like,
Giannis, what was I doing in May of 96? Oh, yeah, I was graduating high school.
Jeez, ew.
So, yeah, that's pretty epic. And Patricia, she barely beat Camille Herron's previous record. And she went 271.148 miles. And Camille's record was 270.505. So 0.6 miles she beat it by. That's there was a congratulatory Instagram post from Camille.
I'm stunned by that, to be honest with you.
Yeah. So that was awesome. And I think Camille's record was just last year or 2 years ago, perhaps. Let's see here. Camille's record was in 2023 at Sri Chamoy 48-hour in Australia. So that was a newer record, but still very impressive. Congrats to Matthew and Patricia setting the 48-hour records over in Poland. That's cool because Patricia's from Poland too, so it was kind of her home country, and to do that is pretty awesome. In other news, Kilian Jornet is looking for a pacer. for Western.
Come on, sign up.
Dude, this is some funny shit, okay? Okay, so you have to apply. And if you go on to apply, you can see how many people have applied. I think it was like 100 people that had applied, but you have to like show your Strava.
It is doubled since then. It's now up to 1,094.
Oh, maybe I meant 1,000. Yeah. Okay, you're right. Over 1,000 people have applied. Yeah. How do you pick like 1,000 candidates? So what's even funnier is that on LinkedIn and Normal and Kilian shared this this, I don't know, it's like application or like what the requirements, the job requirements, right? And it says what you'll actually be doing. And these are the bullet points. Survive around 20 miles of high altitude trail at Kilian's casual pace. Stay cool when he drops a 6-minute mile uphill. Be the calm in the chaos and carry a gel or two. You'll need bullet points, legs of steel, and a head that doesn't panic, trail sense, stamina, and a sense of humor. And some of the perks are a full and normal kit, plus trail shoes, and a 2-night stay somewhere rustic but real, and your name in the N Normal Hall of Fame. Probably. It says
probably.
Parentheses. I think that's funny, though. Stay cool when he drops a 6-minute mile uphill.
I mean, what I also heard is they just admitted that you will be muling for him.
Yeah, carry a gel or two. Maybe they mean for yourself. I don't know. And it's not high altitude trail.
I know. Get the fuck out of here. What is the highest point of Western States? It's got to be. It was
got up to like 7,500 up on. Or does it? Actually, so at the beginning they climb up into the high country.
It's got to be.
You start at like 7,000 feet in Olympic Valley.
Yeah, and you're right there in Olympic Valley. I thought it can't be that high. I know it does. There's no way it gets to 10.
8,750.
Yeah, get the fuck 8,700.
But you don't. That's at the beginning. That's in the first 50K. So you don't.
Yeah.
By the time you're pacing, it's at Forest Hill, or even later, and that's when it's already back down. So
yeah, you're back at normal people altitude at that point.
Yeah. All right. So if you want to be a Kilian's pacer at Western States, you can just Google it. I'm sure you can find out how to apply.
God, that would be insane. It would be like that motherfucker would drop me in a heartbeat at mile 95.
Dude, I wouldn't even last a half mile. I'd be like,
dude, that'd be humbling as fuck to get dropped by him at mile 95 on fresh legs, and he's on 95.
Yeah. If you go to the I Run Far article about it, there's a link to where you can apply.
Yeah.
Okay. So Katie Schide is in Colorado getting ready for Hard Rock. And she posted on Instagram that things were off to a good start. And she's had some family time, some bears, buying refrigerated eggs because, she lives in France. So
that's one of the first things I picked out too. That's funny as fuck.
Second highest point in the lower 48. Tumble dryers, cups of water that are 98% ice cubes. I don't think they like ice over there.
The Europeans hate fucking ice and water.
Dude, when I was 17, went for a month to Germany to stay at we had a foreign exchange student in Ohio, and then I went to stay with him for a month in the summer. And they didn't have ice. He didn't said we don't have ice trays. So me and my friend that went, we took ice trays with us over there, and like we were making ice, and they're like, "Oh, it's so great."
Dude, you know what's kind of weird I do prefer my water without ice.
I'm still a big fan of ice, man.
Yeah.
I like ice water. Like let's get this shit cold, and then I eat the ice afterwards. Probably terrible for your teeth, but all right. So, anyways, she was in a good groove. She was happy to be back, and then all of a sudden, it looks like she took a pretty hard fall and put a hole in her knee. She had to go to the hospital, and on her Instagram page, there's a picture of her in the hospital bed there. And she says that it gave her an opportunity, got some stitches, opportunity for a tetanus booster. She says she's totally fine. Just needs to regenerate some new skin cells. Completely unsure what the recovery is going to look like, but trying very hard to wait it out with patience. She's had a good streak of luck over the past few months. If this is the worst, then she'll take it. Easier to type than to accept. No sympathy needed. Just trying to share some of the real here too. It's funny, like about the tetanus shot. When I was at Woodstock 90, totally unrelated, but when I was at Woodstock 99 and I got hit in the head with a glass bottle that someone launched in the crowd. Someone launched a glass bottle, smokes me in the head, of course. And right when those riots are all starting to happen, I had to make my way to the medical, which was on the side of the stage. So there was so many people, and I'm bleeding all over the place trying to get to the medical, and I got a free tetanus shot as well.
I mean, the other thing Katie gets to enjoy is that fine U.S. healthcare. So, I mean, like this same fall in France would have cost her a big fat goose egg, right?
Oh
it
my
would have cost her $0. She's gonna walk out this motherfucker like 10 G's light. You know what I mean? Like they're absolutely just fucking ridiculous.
Oh yeah, she's got a pillow in that hospital bed. That thing's gonna be like $500.
Yeah, man. Like, oh, do you want an alcohol wipe before you give you the tetanus shot? That's $500.
Oh, do you want another glass of these nice little round ice cubes?
Yeah, $200. Like it's just like I can just like count the money that's being spent in that fucking room. Fucking bullshit.
Some other elite runner news. David Roche. I saw an Instagram post from David. That was like maybe like last week, end of last week, that in Quad Rock 50, he won Quad Rock 50 actually in 7 hours and 6 minutes. And I don't think we covered it, but he crushed it. Looking solid as going into Western States. Turns out he injured his knee and he was trying to run on it and no go. He had to stop in his run because it was so bad. So I'm like, oh man, another elite biting the dust for Western States. Like, no, that sucks. Well, just yesterday I stumble upon he has another post on Instagram that said, just had one of my best mountain training days ever, coming off an amazing training week. Seems like I'm in the clear with my knee for now, in parentheses. Thank you so much for being there for the messy few weeks I went through after the 50 miler. So sounds like that injury just magically just went away, which is awesome.
I mean, like it's funny because like it's probably just one of those little things where like it tweaks and you're like, oh god, you know what I mean? Like you're
well, I'm glad he's feeling better because we need him for the drama. We need him to come in healthy because he's gonna definitely be pressing for podium without a doubt if he's healthy. Also, on that same note, Jam had the funniest freaking post on, I think it was on Instagram. He posted his training thing from Strava for the month of May, and this headline is "Commence emergency training" as the siren with the white star on it, and so what he's talking about is in May he had a lot of 0 days.
A lot of 0 days.
So in April and May. So the week of April, let's go back all the way to April 14th through April 20th. He had, looks like 17.7 miles. April 21st through the 27th, 11.4. 28th through May 4th, 1. And then at Cocodona, he runs the new race there, Mingus Traverse, which is like 78 miles.
Yeah.
And so he laid down 95 miles that week. And then the next week he had 33.5, but that was all in like 3 days at the end of the week. And then May 19th through the 25th, he ran once, 8.3 miles. And then last week he ran 29.8. And then he had another Instagram post, which was just hilarious. He says,
I'm 4 days into my emergency training session. Haven't really been training much since January. So today I'm on the treadmill doing a little bit of incline work. Hey, it's 100 degrees right now, wearing a heavy sweatshirt. And I'm gonna do probably an hour right now, maybe an hour and a half on the treadmill, and then I might go out onto the trails, get some steeper grades.
So he goes on to say that, right here.
Right now, if
he's contemplating,
I should indeed go through with running Western States, as I'm also registered for Hard Rock 13 days after that.
Contemplating whether or not he's doing a dirty double, dude.
Just do it. Yeah, just fucking do it. I mean,
Jam can do it, man. That guy is, he's a beast. Like, he can go out there and run.
Yeah. Like, I mean, like, his most catastrophic day, his worst day, his worst day, he still finishes middle of the pack both those races. You know what I mean? Like
without a doubt.
You know what I mean? Like he doesn't like come on. Like, what are we talking about?
He's a solid runner. But
yeah.
If it was me, it would be full on panic. Like, there's no way I could even attempt either of those races on, even if I had like double the mileage that he did. I would still not feel good about it. So, but he can do it. All right. Well, that brings us to 3 T's. And
3 T's.
We had talked earlier about what our 3 T's is going to be, and that is volunteering and giving back. Johnny mentioned some of the things earlier. You're supporting local races, which is important. I highly recommend supporting the small races, the small race directors. Help them out. You do feel good when you help runners, right? You get thanked a lot.
Yeah.
And rightfully so, because you're donating your time to help them out. And you're meeting people. I've met a lot of people through volunteering, like a lot of my Ohio trail running friends. Johnny, like we met through volunteering pretty much. I mean, and then you get race credits. If you volunteer, they'll offer you race credits, like, so you can get a discount on a future race, like of that race company, or sometimes you can even run for free. And then possibly save someone else's race, which has happened to me a couple times, where I've been able to like talk someone out of DNFing. I've been talked out of DNFing from volunteer, and actually was the wife of Jessica's cousin Joe, Deborah. She talked me out of dropping at Devil Mountain 50 way back in Colorado. But anyway, you can, get someone to sit down, solve their problem. And there's no better feeling than than seeing someone who wanted to quit, like leave that aid station, staying in the race. Like it's pretty awesome. But I figured, those are all like the benefits of volunteering. But I figured maybe we could go over a little bit about what's entailed and the different jobs, just for the folks that are newer and haven't really volunteered. What type of jobs are there, basically? So,
types of jobs. I mean, holy shit, dude. I mean, like,
there's a lot that goes into putting a race on.
I mean, yeah, it's great. I mean, like, dude, like, I mean, you can do everything from running the beer tent, like I do for Forget the PR.
Yeah.
It's everything from that to like, I mean, you can be
work the aid stations.
Yeah, you can be an aid station captain. You can just work a shift at the aid station.
Yep.
I mean, I'll tell you, one of the funner, because it can sometimes not be fun, but one of the funner things to do is sweep. Like if you've never swept a course, it's weirdly kind of fun.
I've actually never done it.
Yeah, it can occasionally suck when you're like, hey, listen, like if I get to this aid station before you, motherfucker, like it's not gonna, you know what I mean? But like sweeping's not bad. You know what I mean? Like you're carrying all the shit, you know what I mean? But
parking is my least favorite job.
I will say it's my least favorite. Like, 'cause you get some people being some pretty big assholes. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dude, depending on the style of the race, there's check-in. There's check-in. There's a gopher, right? Like, oh hey, like we need to run this from this aid station to this aid station. Like, hey, can you go out here and check on these guys? Like kind of like a rover, kind of do all. That's not a bad gig. It's actually
food at the finish line.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you can serve up food at the finish line. That one's a little like that one. And like if you want to sleep in or if you need to get miles that day, it's actually a pretty good gig because like depending on the race, there ain't no one coming around that motherfucker for a hot minute. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, like, there's a lot of like. Here's the thing, though. We're sitting here naming off all these things you can do. At the end of the day, you're a volunteer. The RDs say like, "Hey, I need you over here," and you're going to go do what the RD needs you to do. That's part of the volunteering. Oh,
race setup,
race, dude. So it's funny because I've been following Daybreak. I've been following Daybreak on my personal Instagram account, right?
Okay, yeah.
And like Daybreak, man, like they have a whole squad of volunteers that all they do is clear trail.
Yeah.
What a fucking dope ass job. I mean, what'd you do speaking? I took a big fucking chainsaw out to the woods and cut shit up and moved it off a trail. Fuck yeah.
Like, actual trail work. Yeah.
Trail maintenance. Yeah. Doing trail maintenance. And like, it's wild. Like, I like Mohican being what Mohican is, you get to see this kind of semi often. You'll be coming down, bebopping on a trail and they'll be out there doing trail maintenance and they'll be like edging a trail back into the side of a mountain. Like it's kind of cool to watch how
so hard. It's so hard, man. Like I did that trail work last year because I needed it for this race, Mountain Lakes. I needed 8 hours of trail work and I did that edging back into the mountain. Oh my God.
It's not easy, I guess.
I had blisters. Like I wore gloves and I still had major blisters. Takes me back to like the landscaping days.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
Course marshal is another job. Sometimes there's tricky intersections where they need people to stay and direct traffic. I do have a very interesting course marshaling story. At playing possum 50K, I was volunteering and I'm like, Mark, Chad, what do you guys want me to do? And they're like, we really need a course marshal down. It was at the marina, I think, where you can park and launch your boat.
Oh yeah.
and there's the road there, right? They're like,
Yeah.
There's not going to be any traffic. You're not going to have to worry.
Yeah.
But if a car does come, you need to stop the runners because the car has a right of way. We'll lose our permit if we stop the car for the race. So if a car comes, you have to stop the runners. I'm like, okay, no problem. Race starts. The whole group in like 1 mile into the race or something, the whole group comes to cross the road at where I'm at. So I see the group coming across the field. Sure enough, fucking car coming down the road. And to even make it weirder, it's the same car that I own, orange Subaru Crosstrek, coming down that road. I'm like, is this universe playing like bad tricks?
What's going on here? Yeah.
So the runners are coming, and it's like the timing is so impeccable, right? Like the car is approaching, the runners are approaching, and I'm out there like, stop, telling the runners to stop. And the one guy like blows right by me. And and then I had to like yell at him, and and then everybody else was cool, but of course, like I just think about the one person that was rude. But anyway, so that, you think you have an easy job, but then something like that happens.
There's always something. Something.
But it's so fun. And like we said, like that's half the thing is just meeting people, and it's actually a good time. It's more like hanging out. Like there's some busy times, right? If you're at an aid station and a glut of people are coming through, it makes the time go by quick. You're doing, it's like usually you have like 2 people that their main job is to fill up water and electrolytes. Then you have people making sandwiches, PB&J, cutting up watermelon.
I personally like the aid stations.
Yeah,
I do. I like the aid stations. I like being at the aid station. That
always worked at aid station.
Yeah, I enjoy being at the aid stations at like the witching hour, man. I love being there at like 2, 3 in the morning.
Oh,
and just seeing like
the carnage,
the carnage. Like it's just
people laying in chairs eating mashed potatoes.
Just looking like chewed up bubble gum, man. I don't know why that shit cracks me up. I think it's just because knowing damn well I've looked like that. You know what I mean? Like I know I've come into aid stations just absolutely staring through people's heads. It's just so funny.
Sucking their soul.
Oh yeah, man. It's just so funny. Like it's even more fun if you're at the aid station and you know the runners. Like if you know the runners, you know what I mean? Because then you're just talking hella shit. You know what I mean? And you're like,
most definitely.
You look like shit, homie.
Yeah. No, it's a blast. If you haven't volunteered, I highly recommend it. I know it's like, it's like time you could be training. Like I get that. Like sometimes, maybe push your training run to Sunday, or like Johnny says, if you're a course sweep, you can still get some miles. Or you can do a later job.
Yeah, if you're a course sweep, you're gonna get all the miles. You're gonna get all that smoke.
Yeah, you're picking up flags and trash and so go on out and volunteer.
Yeah, cool.
All right. Anything else?
That's it, good sir. That is it.
All right. Well, thanks everyone for listening or watching. Like I said, I'll drop the link to John Kelly's website for his FKT attempt, and there's links to donate to Hurricane Helene relief on there. And other than that, we'll see you next week.
See you next week. Thanks, everybody.